Hey, welcome back and thank you so much for joining me in today's video. This video is all about tactics that home builders are doing right now in order to entice home buyers to place offer on houses. This is my own experience based on a house I looked at with a client about 1 month ago. This was a brand new house that was for sale, and the sales representative told us there was a big decrease in their asking price by about $33,000, which was true. But I'm going to share their history regarding their asking price for that house. And I actually uncovered this common strategy that home builders are doing right now across the nation. I found areas like Portland, Oregon, Houston, Texas, Austin, Texas, and other markets as well that are incorporating these same tactics that you guys should definitely be aware of if you're looking to buy a brand new house. And I've been an agent here in the Sacramento area for, 10 years plus. And actually, I actually didn't even know about this until about 1 month ago. So I want to share this video with you guys based on my own experience here. And also I want to give you guys some tips and tricks in order to kind of figure out, is the price of the house that the builder is asking, is it accurate or not? And also, is it a fair price? By the way, this video took me hours to make because I spent all morning looking at different areas across the United States to see if what I saw in my market is similar in other markets as well. So by the way, please comment below with your area if you uncover some similar trends you're seeing in your marketplace as well. And thank you so much for joining me in today's video. I appreciate you. So with that said, let's begin today's video here. So this house I toured with a client about a month ago or so. It's a beautiful house. It is built, has solar panels, which is a requirement here in California. In order to build a brand new house, you have to have solar panels installed in the house. That's a California statewide law here. But a beautiful house here. I actually found to be really beautiful here. Open floor plan. You have the kitchen here and nice. I think this is it's either engineered hardwood floors or luxury vinyl plank. But beautiful backsplash, nice quartz countertops here, as you can see right there. So beautiful house. Actually a fairly big backyard as well as far as new construction goes. But here's what I want to share with you guys. When we toured this house, it actually was for sale, but now it's pending here. Look at this though, price cut of $33,000 that was done on November 21st. Exactly what the sales rep told us, a price reduction of $33,000. And that's a big decrease given the asking price was around $599,000. Here's a tip for you guys. If you're looking to buy a brand new house, if you find a house on, let's just call it newhomesource.com, that's a popular website that people go in order to find a brand new home to buy. I'll leave a link in the video description below, by the way. So if you find a house that's for sale there, you see there's a big price reduction. Here's my tip for you guys. Go to Zillow. I know of all websites, go to Zillow and you can actually look at the price history here. So just click on market value here. In this case, don't look at the Zestimate. Go just below that to the price history. So take a look at this. So this was listed for sale, this house, which at this time, or should I say back in September 29th, 2022, it probably was a dirt lot in which they're trying to get an offer. And then after getting an offer, start building the house. So back in September 29th, 2022, that of course is when home prices were starting to decrease big time. That was listed for sale at $861,000. Keep in mind, the asking price when they got their offer accepted here was only $598,000. Absolutely insane. So way back in September, they basically were shooting for the moon here, right? $861,000 was the asking price. Then they removed the listing back in October. So 1 month later, they removed the listing and then they relisted it to start the year back in January 19th last year at $719,000, a giant decrease from the $861,000, right? Then About 1 month later, removed the listing again, then relisted it at a big increase from $719,000 to $809,000. Then again, removing the listing, relisting at a giant decrease down 26.6% to $593,000. Then 1 week later, they reduced the price to $576,000. Then 1 week later again, they removed the listing, then relisted at $606,000. So as you can see here, the prices are all over the place. But here's the most important thing I want you guys to be aware of. And this pertains to my marketplace, where I'm a real estate agent here in the greater Sacramento area, but also anywhere in the US here. You can look at the price history to see this tactic that some home builders are doing right now. So look at this. So in, November 14th, they increased the price from $606,000 to nearly $632,000. Keep in mind, this house has been listed ever since September of 2022. So why would they increase the price, an increase of 4%, when the house hasn't been sold in months? It's been listed for sale for many months. Look what happened 1 week later though. They decreased the price to $598,945, a decrease of 5.2%, or about $33,000. So when we visited this house back, I think this was back in January, early January, again, they told us they reduced the asking price by $33,000. But that big increase was really only due to the fact that they increased the price to $631,000, and then 1 week later, a decrease to $598,000. What really happened here, if we exclude this price increase back in mid-November, they really only went from $606,000 to $599,000. In other words, approximately $8,000 price reduction and not a $33,000 price reduction, right? Do you guys get this? One of the reasons here, why it appears it's a giant decrease in their asking price is only because they had a giant increase in their price for 1 single week here. November 14th, then a decrease 1 week later to $599,000. So again, if you guys are looking to buy a house, you see a house for sale on Zillow or newhomesource.com, you can actually go onto Zillow and look at the price history to see if there's any of these tactics that home builders are doing right now. So one thing I do want to mention here is that this is actually for a house that was for sale, obviously, and was already built. If you were to go to newhomesource.com and find a house for sale, in this case here, a house in Plumas Lake, that's about a 45-minute drive north of Sacramento. This is a house built by Lennar. It says the residence 20410 plan. So that is their model number and not the street address in which the house is completed and is for sale. So in this case, they're talking about a model plan, a residence 2410 plan, which is 2,410 square feet, by the way. This is a model that Lennar Homes is offering in Plumas Lake. So if you were to search on Google for this address right here, go to Google, click on that. It gives you a bunch of different options here. Let's just click on the first one. We want to find a house that's 2,410 square feet. Again, the residence plan, the same here. So 2,410 square feet, which you can see right here, residence 2410, a buildable plan here. So this is something that is a little bit different here, because when looking at home values, or to say the price history, it can be absolutely all over the place when talking about a model plan, not an address, entirely different. So a builder in a new home community can't have 50 of these particular models here. They can be houses with standard upgrades, or they can be houses that have a ton of upgrades and on a big lot that's much more expensive. So if you guys were to look at something like this, in which they have a model listed here, you're going to see the price history all over the place based on houses that get listed for sale. And again, variances of upgrades and also the size and prices of the lots as well. And you can see that right here because for this model plan here, not the actual home address, the asking prices are absolutely all over the place. In this case, this was originally listed for sale. Again, this model plan back in 2021. And now it's now listed for sale at, what is this at? $505,000. But again, a lot of differences here in prices because of upgrades and lot choices as well. Let's get back to some more searches I found though. Here's a house I saw for sale that's listed for sale at $849,000 in the Austin, Texas housing market. A giant decrease of 31%, or not 31%, $31,000 from $880,000 to approximately $849,000 is the asking price for this house. So if I were to search this address right here onto Zillow, here it is right here. The asking price, $849,000, which agrees to this right here. A big house, approximately 3,500 square feet here. As you can see, absolutely beautiful house. Open floor plan, double ovens, microwave here, range in the back there, beautiful backsplash. All the cabinets go to the ceilings and tall ceilings as well. A beautiful house here. I'm actually pretty envious here. I would love to live in this house. Anyways, when you go into Zillow here, look at the price history. So again, the asking price right now is $849,000, but it was listed for sale back in August 24th last year for about $911,000. Then in October, it increased the price to about $928,000. Then 2 days later, 3 days later, a giant increase to $952,000. And then again in late October, giant decrease of $880,000. So to me, it doesn't make any sense. Why would you raise the price when the house it has been listed for sale, in this case, since late August, right? So they increased the price to $952,000, and then about 2 weeks later, giant decrease of 7.6%. In my personal opinion, this is really a decrease from $927,000 to $880,000. It makes no sense whatsoever to increase the price to $952,000 3 days after doing a small increase of 1.9%, and then 2 weeks later, approximately, to decrease the price to $880,000. This makes it look like this is a big price reduction from the $952,000 to $880,000. We can see this tactic play out again in other parts of the US as well. Here's a house here built in the greater Dallas area, listed for sale at about $866,000. A price decrease of $25,000. Very interesting architecture here. Not something like we see here in Sacramento, but pretty different here. In any case, $866,000. Go to Zillow. Take a look at this. Beautiful entry, by the way. It's a giant house, 4,400 square feet. So let's look at the asking price originally here. The original asking price over $1 million, listed way back in September of 2022. Then to start the year last year, they decreased the price by 6% down to $973,000. Then in March, makes sense to decrease the price by $20,000 if you don't have your offer accepted yet. Then in the end of June, decreased the price by about $10,000. Then look what happened in August. Decreased a big time, down 5% to just under $900,000. Then in September 7th, 2023, decreased once again by $5,000. Then another decrease of $20,000. Then a price increase to $890,000. What's interesting about this is that only 3 days later, they decreased the price from $891,000 more or less to $870,000. So it appears there that was a price reduction of $20,000, which it was. But keep in mind though, 3 days before that, they increased the price by about $20,000. So they really only went from actually flat, right? Back in late October, $870,897. And then about 2 weeks later, the same price, even though it looks like it was a big price reduction of around $20,000. You can see this tactic play out yet again in the Houston area. Here's this house right here. Look at this asking price, absolutely insane. For 2,500 square feet, only $338,000. That price is unheard of in Sacramento for a brand new house, especially given that size here. When looking at Zillow, let's have a look at the price history. By the way, if you guys go onto Zillow here, you have to just scroll right here to click on price history. So let's go down here and see all the changes. And the more changes I've seen means that we're seeing this up and down effect, like we're seeing these other listings here. Originally listed for sale in December 5th, 2022 for $432,000 to be approximate here. But keep in mind, the current asking price is only $338,000, about $100,000 less than the original asking price, or about 25% off. Then in February 2023, they increased the price slightly to $433,000. And then about 1 week later, a price reduction to $418,000. Then again, another price reduction in March, yet another one at the end of March, and then another one in May, and yet another one on May 9th and May 11th as well. And again, a huge decrease again in mid-May to $357,000. It went into pending status. In other words, they got a deposit from a buyer, but the buyer backed out about 3 months later because it was listed for sale yet again for an increased price of $371,000. They reduced the price back in September last year, another price reduction here, and then an increase in the price right there, another increase, and then a decrease to $361,000. They did a couple more price reductions in November and early December here. Now here's where it gets really interesting here. Mid-December, they increased the price to $353,000. Then to start the year this year, another increase to $356,000. Then, what was this? 2 weeks later, they decreased the price to $348,000. So it appears here, this is a 2.2% price reduction. However, though, if we were to go back to December 1st, the asking price is virtually flat, going from $343,000 to about $348,000. I'm seeing this common tactic in other areas as well. So for example, in the Portland, Oregon area here, here's a house listed for sale for $1 million, about 2,900 square feet. Going on to Zillow here, looking at the price history, it was originally listed for sale for $1,060,000. Now, I don't know why the asking price right here on newhomesource.com is different than Zillow, but that's not really the point of the video here because it was originally listed for sale for $1,060,000. But then 1 day later, after originally listing their house for sale on Zillow, they decreased the price by 12.3% to about $930,000. Now, was this a data entry error at about 1.1 million? Or did they want to see here that the asking price decreased big time, even though it was only 1 day later here? Now, keep in mind, this is only based on my own research looking at houses for sale or new houses for sale on newhomesource.com. and looking at the price history on Zillow.com. So just keep this in mind when we see a price reduction on newhomesource.com, which, by the way, I do not see any area on their website showing the price history for any of the houses listed for sale on their website. That's why I'm using Zillow, for example. But please leave me a comment below with your area. If you find any houses listed for sale or new houses listed for sale on newhomesource.com or any other websites really, please leave me a comment below if you guys find a similar scenario in which builders are doing these price reductions and price increases to kind of manipulate the asking prices or the price reductions that you're seeing on other websites. So please leave me a comment below with your thoughts regarding today's video. And by the way, if you guys are looking to buy a brand new house, my number one advice for you guys is to link up with a great real estate agent. There's not going to be any cost involved normally when you hire a real estate agent to represent you to buy a brand new house. I would highly advise you guys to work with an agent. If you're looking for an agent in Sacramento, of course, you reach out to me or any other agent here in Sacramento. But you want to have an agent who is going to be representing you and your best interests and not work directly with a sales rep who is employed by the home builder. If you guys want a real estate agent referral anywhere in the US, you can email me at jason@meetjasonwalter.com or check out my new website, which is realestateteamfinder.com. Happy to link you up with a great real estate agent so you can help mitigate or help navigate, I should say, the challenges here in trying to find a brand new house or an existing house to buy. With that said, I appreciate you guys. If you guys got any value out of today's video, then please like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next video. Have a great day.